Hello, and welcome to this quick tutorial on how to determine how many students are actively engaged within your Google Classroom on a daily basis. So first things first is we're going to go ahead and log into our Google Classroom, go to For Employees eSystems, go ahead and click on Class Link. Once you're in Class Link and you click on the Google Classroom icon, that'll take you directly to your classes that you have already created or were automatically populated for you. So I'm going to click on the classroom that I want to work on, and you're going to see that you have these different tabs that you can work on. Today in our tutorial, we're going to focus on classwork. That is where we want to go ahead and put in a question to see how many students are actively engaged on a daily basis. I will make a note that in stream, it is good to go ahead and put in questions or comments that you want the students to complete. You can put in your Google Meets in there, but the actual assignment should be put within classwork because it automatically keeps track of it for you, which students have turned it in, which students are still pending, and which ones turned it in late. So once I click on my classwork tab, you're going to see that I have already set up my class with different topics. You'll see the bold blue text is the topic. So in this case, I put for the month of April, the attendance. And then for the second week in April, we're going to go ahead and put the topic week of April the 6th, 2020. So how do you set up topics? You can click on create, make a topic, and you can type it in there. And for this case, I'm going to show you, for this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to put in these questions. Were you here today? So that the students can answer. You will notice that some are in dark font and some are grayed out. The grayed out is either that they're scheduled or I started it as a draft, but I have not published it yet. Students can only see the ones that have already been scheduled. So in a little bit, I'll show you what the student view looks like. So we're going to create one as if you had never done this before. So we go to create and we're going to go ahead and create a question. So when I go to question, what is the question I'm going to ask? So I'm going to start with the date, April the 9th, 2020, and I'm going to put, were you here today? Whoops. So that's the question I want answered. It's showing it as a short answer, but in reality, I want a multiple choice. And I'm just going to give them the option of clicking yes. So once this is done, I do not want to add anything else. I do not want to create a document, so I'm going to leave that as is. I want to go ahead and solely put it for my distance learning class. You can check off other classes, but it will not let you schedule. It will only let you save it. So that way you can publish the day of the actual that you want the question to be asked. So I'm going to put it just for this purpose, this class, all my students. I'm not going to give it a grade. It's ungraded. I'm going to put the due date, which is April the 9th. And the time I'm going to leave it as 11:59 so that they have all day to go in and complete their assignments. And this is the topic I was talking about earlier in the dark blue font. And I'm going to put April attendance. If you do not have a topic created, you can create the topic here and type it in, and then it'll put it there for you. If you already have it, just click on April attendance. I do not want my students to see what the other students have submitted, so I'm going to uncheck this box off. And notice here, if I click on the drop down arrow, it's going to tell me, do you want to already ask the question, already make it viewable for the kids? Do you want to schedule it, or do you want to save a draft? So I'm ready to schedule it. So it's going to ask me, okay, so when do you want to schedule this question? April the 9th, because that is a date that I put the question, and I want it to be asked at 8 o'clock in the morning, schedule. So it is saving it for me, and you notice that it already has it here. Whoops, I already had one, so it's as easy as clicking here in the three dots and deleting it, and it will no longer appear. So you're going to see I have April 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 6th, 7th. Oh, I'm missing the 8th. Oh, okay. So I already have them created here. Do I need to create one from scratch? No. So I can click on create, go to reuse post, and it's going to say, okay, which one do you want to recreate? You have all these available. So I'm gonna click on the most recent one that I've done. I'm gonna put reuse, and then it's gonna automatically populate it for me. So I'm just gonna change it to the 8th because I forgot to put that one. It already has a multiple choice, yes. It already has my class selected, all students, ungraded. I do need to put the due date, which is going to be the 8th now, and I'm going to leave it 11:59. It already has the topic, April attendance. Remember, do not put ask because you want to make sure that it populates until April the 8th, which is the day that you want to check which students were active. I'm going to schedule it for April the 8th, 8 o'clock schedule. So now you will see that I have last week's questions and this coming week's questions there. Oh, I want to see them in order. So I want to see 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Why is the 8 up here? Because I created it afterwards. So it's as simple as click and drag, and you can put it there. If you want to move a whole topic, you can do the same thing. You can move it up and down for you. So this is what the student sees. They see all their classes. They're going to see my class. They're going to click on my class. They're going to see what I have posted, the new assignments, the new questions. And so then once I go to classwork, notice they only see the ones that I have posted. So I already posted assignments for next week, and I already had posted the April attendance for last week. And notice that the only one that's grayed out is April the 2nd, which she answered yes, but she turned it in late. So you can see that on the actual April the 2nd date, she was not present within your Google Classroom. So you'll see April 3rd is still active. She can answer it and she could turn it in. And it's going to say, do you want to submit the answer? Turning it in. And then it's going to say turned in late. So the child can view their work, anything that they've completed. Okay, so you're going to see that they turned in certain things, and especially with the attendance, if they turned it in late, then you will not give them credit for that particular day. You can give them credit for the assignments, but not for the attendance for that particular day. So I'm going to go back into my Google Classroom, and so once I'm here, I can go into grades, and I can see who has turned in everything at a glance. So I'm going to be able to see here, oh, so the student turned in, done late. Some of them are missing. So we can see at a glance what they've turned in. If I go to classwork, a couple of the questions that people ask is if I'm here on the April the 3rd, if I view the question, I see 1 has turned it in, 4 have assigned. If I click on the little gear here, I can copy all of the grades that are here to Google Sheets, and I can download them as a CSV file, which is Excel if need be. So you can go ahead and generate reports based off of that. And basically, that's all I have to share for today. I just wanted to make sure that everyone was aware that you can go ahead and put in questions to keep track of how many students are actively engaged within your Google Classroom. So we will continue providing tutorials as the need arises. Feel free to always check in to our Facebook group page for new tutorials. Thank you, and have a great distance learning rest of the year.